are live. LJ, what do you think? I have a photographer here helping to set our shot.
Yeah, you're
Does it
good.
look good? Okay.
I'm pretty tall.
Billy's so little, it's hard to get it in frame.
I'm actually standing on a plate right now.
Hit the flex, hit the forward. All right, so this morning we are answering your questions. I can't tell if the questions are coming in. LJ, can you get on your phone and type a question? If you are watching, send me a question so I know if I have this thing set up right. I'm not the most tech savvy.
Definitely not.
People.
No.
I don't know if you know that.
Plug it in.
Okay, so let's see here. What does it say? Did you send a question, LJ?
I don't have Facebook.
You what?
I don't have Facebook.
You don't have Facebook? You have Facebook. Give me your phone.
Over there.
Go get your phone. Let's make sure that we're doing this right. You know, it's always fun when we're doing technology live on air with me. I don't know why. Let's see.
Technical problems.
All right, if you're watching, say something so I can see if I have this turned on right, so that I can see your questions. Let me see your Facebook. We had a few questions that were sent in. Let's go ahead and get it started with those. One of the people, oh good. Here we go. Are you ready to pump iron? I sure am, Jerry. You know that's
Definitely.
right. Ready to pump some iron. All right, so one of the questions that we got from a viewer was, what are some core exercises for women of a certain age, maybe 40 or above? What are some things? Whatever, Billy.
Oh,
I'm not 40 yet. Getting close.
I'm always big on any TVA stability exercises, which means basically planks, V6, TVA, which is very good.
What does TVA mean?
Transverse abdominis. It's a group of muscles that surround your spine. So kind of like if you have a pencil holder, when you fall or something, they engage around your spine.
Okay, so you're learning something new today. TVA.
TVA.
Do those exercises that will hit your, what's it called?
TVA. Transverse abdominis.
Transverse abdominis. Abdominis?
Wow.
Transverse abdominis.
Abdominis.
That's why I don't have
You're
it. I
making me,
can't
you're,
even say
you're
it.
making me feel good about my vocabulary.
One of the other things that we've had a lot of people, sleep effects.
Ton. I mean, you need 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. The biggest thing people don't understand is that's when your body repairs itself. So when you exercise or you're doing your daily activity, your body breaks down, muscle tissue breaks down. It needs that rest to replenish itself. So if you're only getting 3 to 4 hours sleep, like a lot of us do nowadays, you're not getting fully recovered. And you actually need, at least 2 to 3 hours of REM sleep, which is a deep sleep, to really regenerate.
Let me just make sure everybody can hear us. If you're watching and you can hear us, can you throw some thumbs up? I just want to know that you can actually hear what we're saying, because we're getting good stuff from us right now. So it is a little noisy because people are on the treadmills. Now treadmills are something else. Thank you, whoever threw up the thumbs up. Treadmills are something else that people often have questions about. Is there like a right way and a wrong way to use a treadmill? What do you recommend?
There's all kinds of different ways. Now, I recommend if you've never used a treadmill before, to get some advice before you just, because it is a machine that you can hurt yourself really. I've seen people fall off multiple times. It is probably I would call it a middle impact activity depending on what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
But you can use it to run, obviously. I use it for more interval training, using incline walk for more body fat.
Yeah, a lot of people think you have to hop on there and just like sprint the whole time.
No, that's a misconception. Now, obviously, if you're training for a 5K, a marathon, so you need to run. That's how you get better, you run. But if you're doing more fat burning things like that, sometimes, people aren't in shape enough, so your heart rate gets really high as you get to your fat burning stages, so you're not actually burning body fat, you're burning off muscle tissue, which we don't want to do when we get Monica's age, because it's hard to get back.
Look at him calling me out. It's just wrong. It's just terribly wrong. Another question that we have from people is something that we touched on is the diet component.
Diet component, huge. Again, I think I said 80%. I stand by that. I mean, you can exercise as much as you want, get on a cardio piece of equipment for hours. If you're just putting junk back into your body, you're just repeating the cycle. That's it. So 80% of it is nutrition. Not only is the nutrition going to help you lose weight if that's what your goal is, it's also going to help longevity. I mean, if you're eating McDonald's obviously every day, everybody's seen the documentary where the guy goes from eating healthy food to eating junk food, what it does to his cholesterol, his heart, all those different things. So yes, it is 80% of what your exercise plan should be.
I want to piggyback off that. I also want to make sure that we're still connected to the internet, because I feel like we lost a thing there. Give me some emojis if you're seeing us right now. Give me the fitness emoji. Ooh, we're so strong today. You mentioned one of my favorite places, the Golden Arches. If you're trying to get in shape, but you really, really, really want some french fries, is it best to avoid it altogether or maybe have a little bit in moderation?
Here's the reality. None of us are going to eat chicken and broccoli every day.
Yeah.
One thing I tell everybody now, when you're getting into your program, you want to try not to cheat for the first at least 4 weeks. Because what I call that is an adaptation phase. Your body's kind of getting used to the exercise. You start to burn off some of the water weight and toxins in your system, so you start to lose a little bit of weight. If you go right back to eating that stuff, you're repeating the cycle. Your body's just going to gain right back because it's comfortable where it's at.
Yeah.
But you also have to have a cheat day because there's realistically, as a trainer, and I've dealt with multiple trainers, what works for me is not going to work for other people.
Yeah.
Because you have to live your life. So schedule on a cheat day. Have a little bit of fun.
I know a lot of people, when they kind of fall off the fitness wagon or they fall off the diet wagon, they just kind of give up. Like say you're pumping gas at Speedway, they got 2-for-1 hot dogs.
Yep.
You go in, you load up. What do you tell those folks when something like that
You're going to fall off the wagon. It's going to happen. You're not going to go from, the lifestyle that you have to, again, eating chicken and broccoli. It's just not going to happen. So you're going to fall off multiple times. That's one thing I tell my clients. You're going to fall off. The thing is to get right back up.
Yeah.
If you eat bad one day, it's going to happen. It's just how it works.
Now, a lot of moms and dads, busy parents especially, have
Dad
asked,
bod.
Dad bod.
Dad bod.
It's such a good look. On Jason Momoa, it looks great.
Yeah, he's doing great
He
with
looks,
that.
he looks good in all the bodies.
Yeah.
But the bigger concern there is time. Everybody's busy, but we've got some message from parents saying, I just don't have time to put myself first. I don't have time to go to the gym. Are there things that they can do at home, or what would you say to somebody with that mentality?
I say the problem is we have this misconception that we have to work out for hours a day.
Yeah.
We don't. Schedule yourself 30 minutes. Whether you have to make the sacrifice and get up really early, or if you can go at lunchtime, or after you put the kids to bed. You have to make that time for yourself. And the one thing I tell everybody is, not only is this affecting you, but if you do have kids, your kids are going to emulate what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you want to teach them a healthy lifestyle, if they see you exercising, more than likely, and studies show that they're actually going to, be involved in exercise as well. But you do have to, kind of set that time for whether it's at home. You could do push-ups, air squats. There's multiple things. The internet is full of a follow nowadays.
Yeah.
So there's really kind of no excuse for us really not to have, something implemented in our life as far as exercise.
We've got a message here. We're both squinting. I have a high metabolism. I lose and gain easily, but I stopped smoking a year ago and have gained 20 pounds. How do I keep it off? Randy, thank you. A lot of people don't stop smoking because they're worried about the weight gain. So how do you focus on something
Well,
like
here's
that?
the thing. What nicotine is basically, it's a stimulant. So that's why most of the time that people lose weight when they're smoking.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fat burner.
Sure.
The reality is you're going to have to. So when you stop smoking, you're probably burning maybe, I'm going to say I throw a number out there, 50 calories less a day. Maybe.
Okay.
So you're going to have to implement nutrition for one. So you're going to have to change that up because what happens is a lot of time when they quit smoking, it is an appetite suppressant, so they start eating more. So you really got to kind of start counting your calories and stick to a program that helps you kind of assess what that is.
Okay, so this person says, I'm 56, I work out 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. I get so tired if I work out in the mornings. That's a lot of working out.
Yeah, that is a lot.
56
2 hours
years old,
a day, yeah.
5 days a week, 2 hours a day. Do you think it's burnout?
That's burnout. That would be overtraining. That's the big thing. That's one of the symptoms.
But Lulu says, I've lost 30 pounds.
Yeah, you're obviously you go
You're
work.
gonna
If
have
you're
the
working out 2
effectiveness.
hours a day,
Yeah, you're gonna
have
have
that. Most hard training athletes won't work out 2 hours a day
Wow.
straight like that.
Yeah.
When you start getting fatigue, lack of appetite, things of that sort, that's overtraining. That's your body saying, hey, I need a rest. I need to slow down a little bit. And sometimes not. That's the other thing. Sometimes we think we need to work. That's our mentality. We need to work harder to get results, and that's not true. Sometimes working smarter is the best kind of tool.
And Lulu, that's awesome. 30
Yes,
pounds
that's
in 11
awesome.
months, that's incredible. But
Keep it up.
Maybe just taper it back.
Yeah,
just
taper it back a little bit. See what happens. It's not going to affect you. Your body actually might speed up your metabolism a little bit more because you're so tired.
I was only 97 and now I'm 118. Oh, Brandy that quit smoking. 97 pounds. I was 97 pounds, now I'm 118. I hope you're like 11.
Yeah, you're about my height, probably.
Yeah, about that.
About that, yeah.
Just
I'm like
a little.
6'2".
I don't think you
I think
are.
the camera's making me look shorter than what I am.
I really don't. I don't believe that that's smoking. I've heard that all the time, and a lot of times people do this, stop smoking, they start eating candy.
Candy.
Or
Yeah.
things
Well,
to
it's an addiction. So most often or not, when we're addicted to something, we pick something else to take our addiction to. So
yeah. Who else is joining us? Brandy. Yes, all my life. I hope. 41 now, 5'2". Okay.
all right.
Well, I don't know what you look like, Brandy, but
118 sounds pretty good to me.
But I know how that is. You get into a slide
You-
where you start to gain weight and you get worried. But congrats on quitting smoking.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Huge.
Yes, you just extended your life by a lot.
And how much does smoking actually affect working out, getting in shape, staying in shape?
Well, here's the thing. It affects it. I mean, a ton, especially cardiovascular type stuff. Now, it affects everybody differently. I mean, that's just how we're made up. So, you know, one person might smoke and have a lot more side effects than the other person.
Sure.
It's just how it goes. But I mean, again, in her case, you know, you're seeing it's a stimulant, so she's lighter than what she normally probably would be.
Right.
So that's another thing is body weight. So Brandy is it? Brandy.
Yeah.
Check your body fat. See where your body fat's at. That's the number you want to go by. Don't go by your weight, because body fat's going to determine your risk of diseases, how you look, how you feel, all that. So check your body fat and then kind of reassess of where you're at.
And when we think about weight, you know, it's all perception.
Yes.
You and I have worked out for over a decade now. My weight has fluctuated tremendously by age, by what I was doing in life, and a lot of times you have to kind of get used to a new normal.
Yes.
You may not even be in a situation where you necessarily need to lose weight. You just want to fit your clothes, or because that's what your perception is. But 5 pounds here or there.
No, that's normal, especially for women. You know, if you have kids, you're almost guaranteed to keep on for 4 to 5 pounds.
Right.
Not everybody. Again, everybody's different.
Sure.
So, but that's just kind of how it. As we age, you know, your body starts to change. You know, men start losing testosterone, so they start producing more estrogen. We start holding more water, so our weight changes. Women, kind of the adverse effect where your estrogen changes, and goes down, and your testosterone goes up. Same thing. The chemical imbalance changes in the body is what affects us. Cortisol.
Yeah.
Cortisol is huge. So like cortisol, stress affects your cortisol levels. Age affects your cortisol levels. Exercise affects your cortisol levels. When your it's a hormone that's produced in the body.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's similar to, I want to say estrogen in a female, but a little less different than testosterone.
I keep seeing things that it's like replace cortisol or boost it. Are those realistic things?
You talking about like supplements?
Yeah, supplements.
Again, supplements are tools.
Yeah.
And they don't work for everybody. I don't always recommend taking a supplement, because when you start doing that, you're changing the hormones in your body. Some people, again, may see some results from it, respond well to it, and then some people may not. But always consult your physician. Yeah, we talked about that. You know, when you start to hit a plateau, it means your body's getting used to whatever program that you're doing. So basically, reassess your program, look at your nutrition. You might need to tweak some of your calories here and there. You may be not doing enough cardio, maybe implement cardio a little bit more. Just little tweaks in your program to help you burn more calories, because basically it's calories in, calories out.
One of the things that Billy told me a long time ago was to start writing down everything that I eat in a day, like every single thing. And it's amazing what you're eating and you don't even realize it. You know, when you start to track the calories. Now where I'm pretty good about entering in all the foods I eat and trying to figure out, you know, how many calories are in that, you know, salmon salad that I thought was so good for me that's packing 1,200 calories.
Yeah.
I mean, so...
Yeah, and the reality is, we don't, even I know a lot of stuff about nutrition.
Yeah.
Don't know all the calories that are in foods
Right.
and things, and then when you go out to eat, you know, there's a lot more, a lot of other things, ingredients, stuff they put in there, so you really don't know how many calories you get until you write it down and actually track it.
And that's one of the things that I try to do when I'm going out to eat, especially when I'm in a phase where I'm trying to lose weight, is I try to eat something that I can see. So I can say like a piece of blackened salmon, you know, strawberries, feta cheese, and I try to add it all up. And if it's not available, dressing on the side.
Everything
it's
has
like
calories.
it's a big helper. So that's one of the things. Lulu says I'm going to cut back maybe every other day. Try and see what.
Yeah, see what happens.
If that helps.
I mean, the thing about fitness, it's a journey. A lot of people say that's it is. I mean, you're always going to have to make changes, and you have to try things to see if they work. I I mean, that's one thing about, you know, a trainer or whatever. We've tried millions of different things, so we kind of know what works for some people, but not everything works for, you know, everybody. So you have to tweak it for that person. You know, it's a constant learning experience.
One of the questions that we got early on was about people who are maybe a little bit older, older than my age, which is not quite 40. Thank you very much. You're the one that's 40. But a little bit older that are starting to work out. You know, what are some of the things that they should be concerned about, especially when we're talking about folks that are into their 60s and 70s?
Yes. Train smart. That's what I tell everybody. Live to train another day. You know, when you're coming, everybody's gung ho when they first start a program. I train a lot of older clients, and I constantly tell them all the studies are showing you can make progressions no matter what age you are. And the one thing I tell everybody, if you're 50 and you start exercising, focus on the one goal. Focus on staying where you're at when you're 50, when you're 80. Because a lot of us get caught up in the weight loss aspect, and there's so many more benefits to exercise than just weight loss. And that's one of the goals I say, okay, can I stay in the same condition as, you know, when I'm 30, when I turn 60? And if I can do that, that's a huge accomplishment. I may not make any more gains, but I'm staying the same as where I was at, you know, 30 years prior.
Get on the maintain train. A little bit earlier, you know, working out when you're a parent so that your kids kind of see that. You train a lot of kids and a lot of student athletes. How do you recommend the balance of training for fun and fitness and kids becoming obsessed with the way that they look or spending too much time in the gym?
So the one thing I do, I hardly ever weigh any of the kids.
That's great.
And I try to do that because weight, again, is a misconception. That's not what we're really focusing on. Obviously, you want it to become part of their life. And with sports nowadays, every year round, they're doing these different things, and they don't really realize the benefits of exercise, keeping your body healthy so you can do that sport. So that's one thing I kind of focus on with the kids. I tell them, this is a tool to make you better at whatever you're doing. And that's all it is. But it's also something you can take away when you're done playing that sport, you know throughout your life. So I don't know if that answers your question. But
so it's really about shifting the focus to kind of a healthy
thing. Shifting the focus to being more healthy than it is, you know, about weight loss and this and that. So,
do you recommend that parents, instead of being ultra focused on one, let their kids try different things? You were a college football player, so what's that like?
Play multiple sports, and even doctors are telling parents that now. They have their kids play multiple sports. We have a lot of injuries happening now, what are called repetitive motion injuries. And that's from basically doing the same thing over and over and over again. You're not stimulating other muscles that you should be stimulating from doing other sports or exercise or things of that sort. So please, parents, have your kid play multiple sports because they're going to be a lot better at whatever sport they want to focus on in the end.
And what was it like to be a college water polo? What was that like?
It was great, man. I was so fast.
You're so little.
I know, but I was so fast at delivering the water. I always had it ready. It was chilled to a perfect temperature. You ever watch The Water Boy?
Yeah, that's about you, right?
That was my mentor. I watched that. Yeah,
that's cool. Billy played for West Virginia.
Yep.
Is that right? I don't know how. He's such a little fella. He's quick, apparently.
Yeah, I was fast.
Allegedly.
In my younger years.
What position did you play?
Running back.
Running back. Just a little tank coming at you. One of the questions that I got personally, actually, a couple of people reached out to me to talk about thyroid disease, the fact that that I have hypothyroid, I have to take hormone replacements. They wanted to know how fitness should be approached for somebody that has something like that.
No different.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's not a difference. And, you know, being hyper and not having a thyroid or having hyperthyroid, you don't approach fitness any differently. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, maybe a little slower progression. There's some different things like for nutrition that you can add in and take out that might help you a little bit. But realistically, when it comes to the exercise, you don't approach it any different.
So the hot dogs are what I'm supposed to take out.
Yes, take the hot dogs out.
But it's very difficult. I mean, it's such a discount. Speedway's got them readily available. They're turning on that wheel every day. Last question comes from with their trainer. They keep making them do exercises that they don't like to do, like burpees, jump squats, and grasshoppers. What would you say to that person that they should say to their trainer?
Keep up the good work.
Whatever.
Keep up the good work. Obviously, I always tell everybody, I'm here to make you do the things you don't want to do.
That's right.
And that's what a trainer does. And if he or she is not doing that, you need to find somebody else. Whether it's a class too, you can go to a class. You have to make yourself uncomfortable, or raise your thermostat, turn the temperature up a little bit, push yourself.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Hopefully you got some great information. We're going to have all of this going on our website, nbc4i.com. And next week, we will start your Motivation Monday with Billy again with some tips and some exercises that you can do to get in shape on your own. Billy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Whatever.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, finish video.